welcome to Time online classes. Today's class is about the discussion of English section of mock test SSC CGLE Tier I All India mock test held from 14th to 16th June 2025. And I hope all of you performed very well in the test. In spite of your performance, some of you may have some questions about some questions about how to deal with a different type of question, and how to answer the questions in a better way, or how to attempt all the questions and how to get all the answers correct to all the questions that are given in the mock test. All right. So, yeah, the purpose of this discussion is to give you clarity about the types of questions and the strategy used in answering each type of question, and also the elimination of incorrect choices. All right. So, shall we start the discussion? Right. As usual, dear students, you have to read the directions carefully first, right? And let's read. Directions: select the appropriate meaning of the given idiom. Okay. So, yeah, you are given an idiom and you have to give the meaning of that. Dear students, don't be in a hurry to get on to the question. Please read the directions carefully and then answer the question. Got it? First one, to spill the beans. All right. To spill the beans, right. If you know, very good. Otherwise, you have to prepare thoroughly in these idioms to get the answers straight. And here, you don't apply any logic. We just try to guess the meanings if you don't know. That's all. So, you should make yourself familiar with these idioms which are given regularly in the exams. Understood? So, to spill the beans is to reveal a secret, right? Straight answer if you know it. All right. To reveal a secret, or you can say, you can also use another idiom like, to let the cat out of the bag. To let the cat out of the bag. All right. Try to get as many idioms as possible. You understand? Right. And opposite to reveal a secret is what? Keep the secret. Do you understand? So, first answer is 4. Second one. Select the most appropriate antonym of the word exhausted. All right. From the given sentence. All right. Read the directions carefully, dear students, and you may have to come back to the directions once again. All right. Now let's read. Despite. Right. Despite is a clue. Right. So, when you're reading English, you have to be very careful about all these clues. Despite means in spite of, and very well, despite or in spite of are used to join one positive and one negative idea. All right. Despite or in spite of are used to join one positive and one negative idea. All right. Okay. So this logic should come to your mind immediately. Fine. Despite feeling fatigued. What do you mean by fatigued? Tired. All right. Extreme tiresomeness. Got it? After working all day, J loathed. Right. What do you mean by loathed? Hated. Hated. Being lethargic. What is lethargic? Right. Lazy. Lazy, dull. Right. Like, uninterested in doing anything. Fine. And felt completely rejuvenated. All right. What is rejuvenated? Right. Revived or revitalized. Right. Revitalized. Fine. So what is rejuvenate as revitalized? Right. Get back the lost strength. Get back the lost strength. Yeah. Obviously, after a tiresome work, you are exhausted, right? You are tired. And then if you get some rest, you are rejuvenated. Get back the lost strength or energy. You understand? All right. And again, if you want to remember the word clearly, job is the root word, which means young, right? As in, dear students, right? As in juvenile prison. You understand? Job is young. Okay. Re is back. Fine. So re is back. So what is rejuvenating? Becoming young again. Young or say life. You understand? Right. Get back your lost strength and energy. Do you understand? All right. So rejuvenated after a good night's sleep. As we mentioned, as we thought, right, you got back the lost energy and strength after a good night's sleep. Am I clear? So take your own time, right? Carefully. Now, what are we supposed to do? Right. Appropriate antonym of the word exhausted. All right. So you don't find exhausted given anywhere here. You understand? Don't be confused. So exhausted is the word given in the directions. You should find the antonym of the word exhausted in this particular sentence. Am I clear? Right. So exhausted is what? Completely tired. All right. Exhausted and fatigued are synonyms. We are asked to give the antonym. So opposite to opposite to tiresomeness is what? Opposite to tiresomeness is rejuvenated. Is that clear? So our answer is rejuvenated. Fine. And I give you one more clue. Exhausted is a negative word. Fine. And antonym to the negative word should be positive word. Am I clear? So, see, there are so many clues, dear students. So, you have to be open-eyed to get the clues. Understood? So, if you know exhausted is a negative word, and we have to give the antonym to this negative word, you know that we have to pick the positive word from the choices. Got it? So, fatigued is what? Extremely tired, which is a negative word. Loathed is hated, right? Hated. This is also a negative word. Got it? And lethargic is also a negative word. You understand? I gave the meanings, of course. All right. So, see, if you keep trying, you get the answer. So, I want you to keep trying, right? Especially when you practice. So our answer is 4. Is this clear? Right. Next one. Select the most appropriate antonym of the underlined word. Right. Only underlined word and remember antonym. Fine. Ready. So, though it is asked to give the antonym of the underlined word, dear students, we just can't read the word and pick the answer. It is synonym or antonym. It's better to read the sentence completely so that you know the context, and that's how you can pick the word that is contextually correct as a synonym or as an antonym. Right? Let's see. Her comments were intended to bolster his confidence. All right. Her comments were intended to bolster his confidence. You may not know, but try to know whether this word has a positive tone or negative tone. Fine. So, bolster, I can give you the meaning straight away. Bolster is support. All right. Support or strengthen. Right. Support or strengthen. All right. So, bolster also you say cushion. All right. You know, students, there are two, three meanings to each word. You should be very careful. Understood? All right. So as I told you, first thing is you know the meaning. Right. If you don't know the meaning, I don't want you to give it up. Right. Try to guess the meaning contextually. All right. So normally you say boost his morale and so on. Right. So bolster his confidence is nothing but boost his morale. All right. So if you keep reading, then you get these ideas easily. Boost his morale is the exact, synonym of this one. I mean, you can use this phrase instead of this one also with the same meaning. Got it? Right. So, this is a positive word. All right, you should give the antonym. So, it should be a negative word. Do you understand? Now, let me use that positive negative technique. Right, positive. Magnify is positive. Approve is positive. So, undermine is the answer. See, you got the answer even with that positive negative technique. Right. By the way, undermine is weaken. Undermine is weaken. Or say reduce the importance. You understand? Weaken something or reduce the importance. You get it? So, right, we get, but let us see what. So, bolster is support or strengthen. Fine. What is enlighten? Enlighten is illuminate. Enlighten means illuminate or give more knowledge. Illuminate. Illuminate means again give greater knowledge. Give greater knowledge. All right. That's it. Magnify, you know very well. Mag means big. Magnify is enlarge. Enlarge. All right. Then approve is sanction. Agree. Approve is agree or sanction. Approve is agree or sanction. All right. Okay. So, which is better? Sorry. A moment. Sorry. Fine. What's the word here? Sanction. Sanction. Got it? All right. So I'm writing here. Sanction. All right. This is number 4. Okay. So bold studies support. All right. And enlighten, not antonym. Opposite to support is weaken or reduce the importance or discourage. Agree? Discourage. Whereas all these words are positive and not even the meanings match with this one. Am I clear? So answer is undermine. Done? Now let's go to the next question. Select the option that expresses the given sentence in active voice. All right. So what should you check? What should be in your mind? Active voice. Fine. The moment you see voice, what should come to your mind? All right. When you change a sentence from active to passive, you have to use B plus V3. Dear students. Now, what is this B? B form is am, is, are. All right. In present tense. Was, were in past tense. All right. And be being been in general. Be being been. So any B form, all these B forms should be used. One of these B forms should be used in passive voice. All right. And V3 is what? Past participle. Past participle. So the moment you see active and passive, these basics should come to your mind, dear students. All right. Okay, you should be thorough with the basics, please. Right. Come on. So, right. Select the option that expresses the given sentence in active voice. So we are given passive sentence. All right. And you know very well, this is how we change the verb. All right. How we change the verb. But then what is the first one? Subject is made object. Object is made subject. All right. Now, let's identify the subject and object. Cake is the subject. Radha is the object here. Agree in this one. And what's the verb? Was baked is the verb. And this is in passive voice. All right. So when you change a sentence from active to passive, we use B forms, right? But when you change it from passive to active, you have to eliminate this B form. Is that clear? And baked is past tense. All right. What's a split verb for baked? Did plus bake is the split verb. Did plus bake. All right. So we should have did in our answer. Why are we taking did? Because this is an interrogative sentence. Am I clear? All right. So what do? You should use did. Does is wrong. Was is wrong. Is wrong. This is the answer. So did Radha bake the cake? Did Radha bake the cake? See, did bake. Did we get did bake? Yes. And object made subject, subject made object. This is the perfect answer. And dear students, that if you doubt whether the answer is right or wrong, that some other answer may be given with the did and so on. What should you do? Change this answer into question. All right. So let us transform this from active to passive. Let's try. So did bake is what? Past tense. Fine. Did is past verb. Did bake is baked. Fine. Baked is past tense. And what are the past B forms? Was, are, were. Now listen to me carefully. So what should I use in my answer? When I change this sentence from active to passive, I should use was, are, were baked. Clear? Was, are, were baked. You know very well, was is singular, were is plural. And what's the subject here? Cake. Cake is singular or plural? Singular. So what do? Was the cake baked by Radha? Agree or not? Was the cake baked by Radha? So you got the same answer. This is how you can cross-check your answers when you are transforming the sentences from active to passive or passive to active or direct to indirect speech or indirect to direct speech. All right. So practice carefully. Next one. Fifth one. Select the most appropriate synonym of the given word. Synonym. Synonym is same word, similar word, right? Okay. Eloquent, right? Here, loque is the root word. Loque is the root word, which means speech. Loque is speech or word. All right, fine. So eloquent is fluent. Eloquent is fluent. See, what am I doing, students? As soon as I read the word, I'm not going to the choices, right? Don't be in a haste to go to the choices, please, right? Spend some time on the question, and I try to recollect some word or the other, and then go to the choices so that you won't be confused or you won't be misled by the choices which are close. Agree? Right. Let's see. So eloquent is fluent. Again, you can take Positive, negative also if it is helping. All right. So this is positive. So synonym should be a positive word. Agree? Now I'm not taking positive, negative. First I give the meanings. All right. Let's see. Incoherent. All right. Incoherent is, right. I'll write it. Incoherent means incomprehensible. Right. Guess the meaning. What is incomprehensible? You know one word here. What is the word? Comprehend is understand. Incomprehensible is what can't be understood. You get the point? Can't be understood. I give you one more word. Unintelligible. Try to take as many words as possible when you are revising or analyzing. Unintelligible. Unintelligible is not understandable. You get the point? Unintelligible is not understandable. Okay? Right. Fine. So let me write this. Unintelligible. Unintelligible. You get the point? And here, dear students, intelligible is understandable. Unintelligible is not understandable. You get it? In is not comprehensible is can be understood. So come on. So incoherent is incomprehensible, unintelligible can't be understood. And now, if you know the meaning, you know this is a negative word. Do you understand? Right? We are asked to give the synonym. This is positive, so incoherent can't be the answer. Agree or not? Right. And then articulate. What articulate means? Right. Articulate is express the ideas clearly. Express the ideas clearly. All right. So express the ideas clearly is what? Eloquent and fluent. Do you understand? Still, I don't want you to mark this as the answer. Right. Yeah, this seems good. Let it be. Till you read all the choices, don't decide on the answer, please. Right. As I told you, sometimes there are two answers which are very close. Critical. Right. One meaning of critical is severe, critical illness. All right. Second meaning of critical is criticizing. Criticizing or finding fault with others. Do you understand? Either way, it can't be that answer. And one more logic, negative. Critical is negative. So this can't be the answer. Am I clear? Right. Hesitant is what? Hesitant is doubtful. Doubtful. Uncertain. Hesitant is doubtful or uncertain. Doubtful, uncertain, indecisive, and so on. Fine. Right. Again, this is also negative. Agree with me? So, answer is 2. So, this is how you have to read everything very carefully, especially students when you are analyzing the test, right? And when you are practicing, you have to look at all these points and you have to spend so much of time in understanding the meanings to these words and taking the clues like roots, prefixes, and suffixes, and look at each and every word given in the choices and have clarity. You understand? And but in the exam, you don't have to do all this one. But all this logic should come to you, and trust me, you can do all this work in a few seconds. It's only practice. Remember that. Okay? Right. So, next question. 6th one. Right. So, let's look at the next question. One second. Just a second. Okay. Next one. Right. Yeah. Sorry for that. Just a moment. I'm coming to that. Okay. Just a second, dear students, please. All right. Right. Let's look at the next one. Right. Let's look at the next one. Okay. Select the most appropriate option. Right. Let's see. Most appropriate option to fill in the blank. All right. Let's see. Ramya's father insisted that she dash her homework before going out to play. Fine. So look at the flow of the sentence. Ramya's father insisted that she finish her homework before going out to play. Finish her homework is the correct answer. All right. But, right, if you look at something else in grammar, we do know that he, she, it should take S sound. Agree? We say I, we, you, they finish. He, she, it finishes. Understood? But here that rule does not apply. I'll tell you why. And if you focus on insisted, since insisted is in past tense, if you think it should be in past tense, no, it doesn't work. Wrong. Finishing is anyway outrightly eliminated. There's no doubt about it, right? The problem is whether it is finishes, finished, or finish. You get it? Right? Finished you can eliminate because time is not given. Time is not given clearly. And before going out to play, you can't take finish. That's very simple, right? But coming to this one, you are confused between 1 and 3. Okay, dear students. So what should you do? Think before you pick the answer. Don't just straight away look at she and don't take finishes as the answer because this structure does not follow The rule of he, she, it followed by SS sound. Understood? The sentence is, Ramya's father insisted that she finish her homework. It's like, it is in subjunctive mode. So, father said, you finish the homework. It's about father's dialogue, not she. So, father said, you finish the homework. Do you understand? Not she is doing anything. She is not doing anything here. Do you get it? So, Ramya's father insisted that she finish her homework. Right. In this structure, because this is in subjunctive mode, we have to take finish only as per Ramya's father. Am I clear? So, finish is the answer. Next one. Select the most appropriate option, right? That can substitute the underlined segment. All right. So, you should focus on what underlined segment, right? Let's read the sentence completely, but our focus is on the underlined segment, right? The artist painted the landscape with meticulous detail, all right. Meticulous detail, positive or negative? Positive, all right. Capturing every nuance of light and shadow. Nuance is every little bit of light and shadow, every intricate point of light and shadow. Understood? Right. So positive. If you know the meaning, you can straight away pick the answer. But otherwise, also let's try. Meticulous is do something very carefully, flawlessly. All right. So careful attention is the answer. Intricate pattern, meticulous detail does not deal with intricate pattern. By the way, intricate is complex. All right, complex. Right. No. Deliberate effort. Deliberate is do something knowingly. All right. Deliberate effort is intentional. Intentional. It doesn't make sense here. All right. Artistic flair. Artistic is related to arts. Right. Flair is natural talent. Natural talent. Yeah, because it is related to painting. All right. You say she has the flair for painting. All right. So natural talent. So all these are not the points. Maybe between these two, you may have a confusion, but this is clear. Meticulous is related to careful details. Understood? Not about natural talent. You understood? That's a point. Answer is 1. Next one. Select the most appropriate option. All right. Okay. Right. Select the most appropriate option to substitute again. Substitute the underlined segment. All right. Substitute the underlined segment. Same story. The team and the coach, alert, alert. What is given here? The team, the coach. All right. Two articles are there. Right. If 2 articles are there, not the same person, of course. All right. The team and the coach. And is used to join. And is used to join 2 nouns or pronouns. Wherever there is and, it should be plural. You understand? If there is and, you have to take a plural verb. Ready. So the team and the coach wants to win. Fine. Wants is a singular verb. Wants is a singular verb. Then what's a plural verb? Want is the plural verb. You remember? S is singular, no S is plural. So wants to win. Right is wrong. Because it is the team and the coach. Alright? Okay. So want is want. Want is plural. Want is plural. Clear? The answer is the team and the coach wanted to win. Fine. That's a straight answer. Wanted to win. You don't say to win. Never. We never use past form of the verb with to infinitive. To infinitive is always to win. Remember, after to, you don't use past tense of the verb. Wrong. Wanting, it doesn't make sense at all. So, the team and the coach want to win. Perfect. Suppose the sentence is, the team as well as the coach. The team as well as the coach. Right. Then what do you say? Wants to win. That's how you have to take different examples. Don't just answer this question and leave it. If 2 nouns and pronouns are joined by with, along with, as well as, verb agrees with the first subject. You understand? So, the team wants to win. The team as well as the coach wants to win. As well as is the clue. Do you understand? Right. Simple and straight answer. Then in the following sentence, 4 words are underlined. Right. in the following sentence, 4 words are underlined, one of which is incorrectly spelled. All right, okay. Identify the incorrectly spelled word. Read the directions carefully, please. Okay, right, ready. Despite the arduous journey, all right, arduous is tough, tough journey through the rugged terrain, all right. So I'm just giving the meaning, all right, not necessary. We are dealing with the spellings, right? First, let us decide on the spellings and then we discuss the meanings, right? That will be more appropriate. Done. So arduous is correct. Rugged terrain, wrong. Rugged terrain is wrong. So answer is 2. 2 is the answer. Fine. I'll write it. Rugged is R-U-G-G-E-D. Rugged means rough. Rugged means rough or uneven. Uneven, bumpy, filled with stones and so on. All right. Okay. So arduous is tough. And then destination, goal. Right. End point or goal. Fine. Locals are natives. Natives. All right. The spellings are correct. All the spellings are correct. So despite the tough journey through the rugged terrain, through the uneven place or through the rough place, rough area, they finally reached their destination and were greeted with a warm welcome from the locals, from the natives of that particular place. So rugged is the answer. Next one. Select the most appropriate antonym. Antonym of the underlined word. Opposite. Ready. Despite her reluctance. Right. So what is reluctance? Right. If you know, it's easy. Reluctance is unwillingness. Right. Not ready to do something. Unwillingness. Fine. So what is opposite to unwillingness? Straight away 4 is the answer. You get it? So when you are answering the questions in the examination, you are doing it in this way. But when you are analyzing the test, right, when you are taking the test again and when you are doing the analysis about, why you went wrong in some of the questions, you have to do all this work. All right, let's do it. In spite of her unwillingness to have her hometown, in spite of her reluctance to leave her hometown, that means she is not willing to leave her hometown. Sita knew that continuing her dream required moving to the bustling city. Bustling city, noisy city. Understood? All right, that's it. So what is resistance? Oppose. Resist is oppose. All right, eagerness is enthusiasm. Enthusiasm. Pursuance is continue. Continue to do something. Continue the work, pursuing the degree and so on. Understood? So antonym should be positive word. Fine. Resistance is negative word. Unwillingness, eagerness, right. Eager is enthusiastic, but it is willingness, not enthusiasm. All right. Opposite to eagerness is disinterest. You understood? Right. So answer is willingness. Next. Select the option that can be used as a one-word substitute, right? One-word substitute for the given group of words, right? Let's see. A person who avoids luxury, all right, avoids luxury, keyword. Lives a simple life, all right, very good. Often for religious, right? Why is he doing this? There may be more words related to avoiding luxury, live a very simple life, all right, and down to earth, humble, all these. Right, that's okay. But what else is given here? Religious, remember this. Religious or philosophical reasons, right? So this is the main thing. You have to keep this in mind. You understood? Now let's see. Ascetic is undoubtedly a person who lives a very simple life, often for religious or philosophical purposes. Like you normally use the words sage and saint. You understand? Saint or sage. Fine? So this is the answer, straight answer. If you know the meaning, you can give the answer straight. Otherwise, what I'm telling you, I'm giving you the alternative. What is that? Try to guess the meaning to some extent. Guess the answer to some extent. All right? Let's see. Polemic. What is polemic? Polemic is a speech. Polemic is a speech or writing. A speech or writing. Criticizing harshly. Criticizing someone or something harshly. You understand? Right. So from this, you have the word polemical. You understand? So what do you say? Polemical, it doesn't suit at all. Even if you know that it has a negative meaning or it is something related to criticism, you need not consider that. All right. Then stoic. Stoic is unperturbed or undisturbed. Stoic is unperturbed or undisturbed, even in extreme difficulties. Even in extreme difficulty. You understand? Even in very trying, crucial, right, situation. Unperturbed is what? Undisturbed. Fine? All right. So we are not talking about undisturbed. We are talking about live a very simple life, that too for religious purpose. So this one. So this is positive, but this won't go. Recluse. Yeah, this is very close. Recluse. Right. Recluse is right. One who is away from the society. Recluse. One who is away from the society. One who is away from the society. Like, he does not want to mingle with the people. He wants to live alone. All right. Okay. Recluse, solitary. He lives a solitary life. He wants to be alone. He does not want to be in groups. You understand? All right. So, opposite to recluse is, to give you clarity, antonym to recluse is gregarious. What is gregarious? Gregarious is social, sociable. You understand? Social or sociable. All right. Friendly. So now you get the point. The recluse is close to ascetic. Recluse is close to ascetic. Sorry. But ascetic is for religious purpose. He is away from the society. All right. For religious purpose. Recluse is away from the society, but he does not live luxury. All right. He may lead a luxury life. Do you understand? But the thing is, he is away from the society. So the common thing between ascetic and recluse is both are away from the society. Understood? All right. The answer is ascetic. Recluse is close, but not exact. Remember that. Then select the most appropriate antonym of the word. Right. Antonym of the word given in brackets. All right. Focus on the word in the brackets. Ready? The restaurant specializes in exotic cuisine. What is cuisine? Food. All right. Okay. If you know the meaning of exotic, exotic is foreign. Exotic is foreign. Got it? Offering dishes from various international cultures to its discerning diners. All right. Okay. Discerning people with great taste. Okay. Let's see. Exotic. Unsocial? No, nothing to do. Right. Unfamiliar? Not known. Yes. Foreign. All right. Not known. Unfamiliar. Okay. Specializes in unfamiliar. That is, new type of cuisine. Offering dishes from various international cultures. So obviously, we don't know about all these international cultures, right? International cuisine is not familiar to us, so it is exciting. Am I clear? So it should be unfamiliar. Familiar is the antonym to that. Social, I discussed that one. Social is sociable, friendly. Social means friendly. That's it. This is the simple one. If you know the meaning of exotic, you can straight away pick the answer. Just a minute. I'm sorry. Didn't we go wrong here, dear students? Yes, we went wrong here. What did we do? Right. I have been telling you, read the directions carefully. All right. Let's see. But I realized that something went wrong. All right. That happens. Fine. So what is given here? Antonym. And why did I pick a synonym? Tell me. Right. Because I was focusing on discussing this sentence, right? I'm deviated. So that's why we should be extra careful. All right. So what's the antonym of foreign? Unfamiliar. Antonym of unfamiliar is what? Familiar. So our answer is familiar. Get it? That's it. So we have to learn carefully. Next one. Sentences of a paragraph are given in jumbled order. All right. One look at it, these are all jumbled. Look at the choices. Arrange the sentences in the correct order to form a meaningful and coherent paragraph. All right. Ready. So what should we do here, students? We have to take the clues. Fine. The thing is, while reading the statements, you should identify the opening statement, right? And then you have to identify the closing statement. And then you have to look at the clues. What are the clues, main clues for us? pronouns and conjunctions are the clues directly. Pronouns and conjunctions are the clues. Right. Okay. And then you have to look at the flow of thought. So what is the other doing? First is what, next is what, next is what. And that's how we have to check it. All right. Keep these things in mind. So the strategy should come to your mind. All right. Ready. The aroma flavor of freshly baked bread fills the kitchen, enticing, attracting everyone to gather around the table. Very good. All right. See, I'm not writing the meanings here, right? So what happens if I focus on the meaning? I miss the flow of thought. Understood? So this is about freshly baked bread. All right. Okay, very good. Aroma from freshly baked bread. Very good. Every Sunday morning, my grandmother wakes up early to start preparing the dough. All right. Okay. So what do you say? Every Sunday morning, my grandmother starts doing something. Right. I say B is good as introduction. So I just write it. I am considering this. Okay. Maybe. Right. If there is a better one, we'll definitely take that one. But have an idea. She needs the dough. Fine. To start preparing the dough. Right. So what's the continuation? What's the flow of thought? Start preparing the dough. Right. How does she prepare the dough? She kneads the dough, all right, with expertise, with skill, a skill passed, right? A skill passed down through generation. So connection is what? Preparing the dough. And how is she preparing the dough? So what should it be? See, we see. Done? All right. And then after hours of rising and baking, right? After this, what happens? Kneads the dough, and then hours of rising, she keeps the dough for some time, and then she bakes it. The warm loaves, right? Loaves of the cake, right? Cakes of bread, loaves of bread emerge from the oven. So this is the process, step-by-step process. Understood? So BCD is the process, first, second, third. Okay. Then after it is baked, all right, loaves emerge from the oven. So loaves of bread are taken out of the oven. Fine. When they're taken out of the oven, what do you find? The flavor, right? You, right, smell the flavor, right? Aroma of fresh baked bread fills the kitchen, enticing everyone. What is enticing? Attracting or luring everyone to the dining table. Am I clear? All right, perfect. So B, C, D, A is our answer. Students, have you observed? I have not looked at the choices, right? So you may think it's easy to go to the choices and do the back solving, but that does not work. Remember that, okay? So you try to give the answer on your own first, right? Take the combination first. And if you're confused somewhere, like B, C, D, A or B, D, C, A, then you can easily eliminate or cross-tick from the choices. Understood? But don't do it at the beginning. So our answer is confidently B, C, D, A. 3 is the answer. Clear? Next one. Right. Directions. Of the 6 sentences of a paragraph, the first and the last sentences, right? First and the last, that is S1 and S6 are in the correct order. Remaining sentences in between are jumbled up and named P, Q, R, S. Arrange the sentences in the correct order to form a meaningful and coherent paragraph. And you know what are these? First sentence and last sentence are given. The middle sentences are jumbled up. You have to pick the right order. Clear? Right. Let's see. Ready. Same strategy. Books, whether fiction or non-fiction, serve multiple purposes in our lives. All right. So, since this is the first sentence of the paragraph, we know that the discussion is about books. All right. Okay. And books, about books, positive or negative? We don't know. Multiple purposes. So you tell me what is the author going to do in the later part? The author is going to discuss the multiple purposes of the books. Agree? Now let's see. Likewise, you know very well, likewise cannot be here because nothing is given here. Multiple purposes in our lives. Likewise, non-fiction books, no. Right? You can't. This should be preceded by something. P should be preceded by something related to something. Right? Let's see first what is given here. What is given here? Non-fiction books provide knowledge, insights, information of various subjects. Right? So what should be the previous one? And P is positive. Right? Likewise, non-fiction books also do something. Right? So what should be here? Something related to books, and that also should be positive. And that should be related to giving knowledge or insights. So you have to think of all these things. Don't just look at one word or one word. Agree? Let's see. So put it aside. This is the clue. So we know, right, P should be preceded by some sentence. Fictional stories transport readers to imaginary worlds. All right. This is about fiction. This is non-fiction. Right. Let's see. Adventure entertainment. Very good. Both fiction and non-fiction. Right. Both fiction, non-fiction. What do they do? Educate, entertain, provoke thoughts, and inspire action. You get it? All right. So yeah, one quick look. Whether it is a novel, a biography, right? There should be a first piece here. Whether it is a novel or biography, right? This won't come anywhere in between because these three sentences are about fiction and non-fiction. Got it? Now let's see. So books, whether fiction or non-fiction, serve multiple purposes. Whether fiction or non-fiction, what's the connection? Fiction or non-fiction. So what should it be? Both fiction and non-fiction. Educate, entertain, provoke. So what do? I start with R. All right, R. Because there is a connection between S1 and R. Fine. And after this, fiction and non-fiction, educate. Likewise, non-fiction books provide knowledge. Here, educate, entertain, provoke that. Likewise, provide knowledge, insights, information. So what should be there? P. See, I have already guessed this. Is that not RP? Fine. And then after P, non-fiction books provide this. Then what about fictional stories? Fictional stories transport readers to an imaginary world. Here it is knowledge, here it is imaginary world. All right. So Q. Okay. And then whether it is a novel, a biography, or a textbook, books catered to diverse interests and preferences, right? You're talking about fiction and non-fiction. And then you're talking about, right, whether it is a novel or a biography, fiction or non-fiction again. So yes. Ultimately, finally, books enrich our lives by broadening our perspectives and enhancing our understanding of the world. Clear? So, now let's look at the choices. Very simple and straight answer. We have only one combination, RPQS. Right. Sometimes students, it's not going to be easy all the time. Some of the time you may be given choices like RPQS or RQPS to confuse you. Right. So we can say this paper is a moderate one. Next. Select the most appropriate meaning of the given idiom. Again, idiom. All right. What should you know about idioms? Right. You find some words in the idiom, but the meaning may not have to do anything with the words that are given in the idiom. All right. This is misleading. You have to remember this. All right. Okay. Like, you say spick and span. What is spick and span? Clean. All right. But there is no spick or there is no span like. Spick and span is clean. So we have to read these carefully. All right. Do you understand? Bite the bullet. So there may not be bullet in the answer. Remember that. Okay. Swallowing a bullet, that's what I say. This is the literal meaning. Bite the bullet is swallowing the bullet, literal meaning. You can't swallow. Then facing a difficult situation with courage. Right. The idioms, you have to know them on your own, but I try my best to give you the clue. So bite the bullet is facing a bullet, facing a difficult situation with courage. Right. Straight answer. Avoiding, no. Avoiding is wrong. All right. Planning hastily? No, not at all. So answer is 2. Simple and straight. Next one. Like, let me give you one more idiom. Say once in a blue moon. Right? I watch the movies once in a blue moon. I watch the movies in the theater once in a blue moon. What do you mean by once in a blue moon? Very rarely. Very rarely. All right. What's happening here? Very rarely. There is no blue, there is no moon in the answer. You get the point? So you have to read them very carefully and better to know them in a sentence. All right. Better to know them through their usage in a sentence, not just, blindly memorizing the meaning. Right? So keep that in mind. That's how you can remember the idioms forever. Next one. Identify how you will ask everyone. All right. Okay. If the dishes were not being washed by Maria in the passive voice. All right. Okay. So simple, very simple. What? Right. They are asked to transform the given sentences into passive voice. As simple as that. You understand? All right. And that active voice sentence should have the meaning of if the dishes were not being washed. Fine. So if you know how to change from direct to indirect, dear student, if is used with auxiliary verbs. Okay. Anyways, you have auxiliary verbs only here, straight, very simple and straight. Okay. Fine. And let's look at it. If the dishes were not being washed by Maria. Fine. Maria should be the subject. All right. Here, dishes is subject, Maria is object. Now, what happens when you change it from passive to active reverse? What should be there? What should be there in our answer? Right. Maria. You understand the point? Maria is the object here. By Maria. Maria is the object. This should be the subject in our answer. Done? So, wherever there are dishes, right, wrong. Fine? Right. Was Maria, right, let's see. Was Maria, if the dishes were not being washed by Maria in the passive voice. Now look at it carefully. Right, in passive voice. Were the dishes? Okay, so we are asked to give it passive voice only. 1 second, dear students, 1 second. Let's look at it. Right, look at it carefully. If, okay, alert, were, underline, were not being washed. Am I clear? Right, what do you do active to passive? B plus B3. Remember that. That gives you clarity. Fine? All right. We have to write a passive sentence. Are you listening? Right. We have to write a passive sentence, not active sentence. Okay? Fine. So what should you have in passive sentence? B plus V3. Am I clear? Yeah. And here again, right. Dishes, Maria, subject, object, object, subject. But we are not changing this into passive, remember. So let's look at it. Passive voice is what? B plus V3. Where do you have B plus V3? And what's a verb here? Were not being washed. Were not being washed. All right. So what should it be? Was Maria? Were the dishes not being washed by Maria? Understood? All right. So this is a straight answer. Right. Let us discuss this. Now, why is this wrong? Were the dishes being washed by Maria? Being washed, wrong. Why? Not is here. So this is wrong. Then was Maria not washing the dishes? No. What are we asked to do? Dishes were not being washed by Maria, not Maria washing the dishes. Do you get the point? All right. So this is wrong. This is wrong. The straight answer is, were the dishes not being washed by Maria? Look at this one. If the dishes, yes, were not being washed by Maria. And this is in passive voice. Why is it in passive voice? B form is there. B form is there. V3 is there. All right. Here also you have B form and V3. Okay. Here also you have B form, but V3 is not there. So this is wrong. Right? There are many ways of answering the question. B form, but this is not V3. This is V4. So this is outrightly wrong. Same story. V4. So we don't use V4 in passive voice. Very clear. So this is wrong. Is that clear? Right. So if you eliminate 3 and 4, problem is only between 1 and 2. Agree? So then what do you do between 1 and 2? Right. Go back to the question. What is given here? Not is given. Right? So were the dishes not being washed by Maria, or were the dishes being washed by Maria? Since not is there, we have to use not here. So 1 is the answer. Clear? Right. So do it logically, please. Don't do it in a haste. Right. First, you should know what is this, and then apply that logic to the sentences, and you get the answer easily. Next one. Identify the incorrectly spelled word in the given sentence. All right. Let's look at the spellings. The chef was praised, correct. For his exquisite, wrong. Display of, all right. Culinary, correct. Culinary is what? Cooking. Okay, right. Culinary skills, cooking skills during the food festival. All right. So which word is spelled incorrectly? Exquisite. And what's the correct spelling? Exquisite. Exquisite is complete. All right. Excellently done. Exquisite is excellent. Okay. So, yeah, here it is correct. We don't take this one. This can't be the answer. No, no, no. Simple. This is very simple and straight. Next one, select the most appropriate synonym. Right, synonyms and antonyms are, easy to answer, like if you have knowledge. They are not time-taking. Agree? Right, let's see. Synonym of the given word from the sentence. Deliberate. What is deliberate? Deliberate is knowingly. All right. Knowingly or intentionally. Deliberate. Knowingly, intentionally. Okay? So let's see. Yeah, though we know the meaning, don't go to the choices, right? Read the sentence. The minister's conscious decision was neither mean nor thoughtless, yet it was disregarded by the opposition. All right. So, deliberate is conscious. Deliberately, consciously, knowingly. Right? So, our answer is 1. Simple. Disregarded is disrespected. Thoughtless is unaware. Mean is low-minded. Understood? Straight answer. But read the question carefully. Synonym. Synonym of deliberate is knowingly, and that is consciously. Right? It's better to check synonyms and antonyms questions after you answer the question, please. You get it? All right. What's antonym to deliberate? Thoughtless. Do you understand? Next one. The following sentence has been divided into parts. One of them may contain an error. May. All right. Select the part that contains the error. From the given options. If you don't find any error, mark no error as your answer. Ready. Every year, the engineering department sends several students wrong. Right. What's the subject here? Engineering department. The engineering department is singular. All right. Subject and verb agreement. So, singular subject takes singular verb. What's the singular form of send? Sends. Of course, send is also singular. But department is what? It. With he, she, use, sends. I, we, you, they, send. You know that. I, we, you, they, send. Whereas he, she, sends. That's the answer, straight answer. So, send several students is wrong. Correction is send. You get it? Next one. Jumbled statements again. Sentences of a paragraph are given in a jumbled order. Arrange the sentences in the correct order to form a meaningful and coherent paragraph. Ready. These new regulations, right? I gave you the technique earlier, pronouns and conjunctions and the flow of thought, remember. So what should you do? These new regulations. So there should be a mention of these regulations somewhere in the previous sentence. So I write it down. Some sentence should precede A. Got it? Right. Some idea is better than no idea. Businesses have already started adapting to the changes by restructuring their operations and supply chains, right? Okay, businesses have already started, right? So this can't be the opening statement. Agree? So what do? B also should be preceded by some statement. The government has introduced regulations to enhance environmental sustainability and reduce carbon emissions, right? This is a general statement. Dear students, this is a general statement. So we can consider general statements as introduction or conclusion. Introduction or conclusion. All right. So I write somewhere B is the, no, what is that? C. C is the intro statement. C is intro. All right. Okay. And then the support garnered from businesses, right? Support garnered, collected, got from businesses has emboldened, encouraged the government's aspirations to meet net zero emissions. Fine. So this also is a continuation statement. All right. So that's what all this will help you, right? You have some idea. So the government has introduced regulations. Very good. And then what should come? These new regulations. Agree? I'm not just looking at the word regulations, students. You have to look at the flow of thought, not just the word. So government introduced regulations. These new regulations will significantly impact. All right. Okay. C, A. All right. And here, yeah, C, A. So this is correct. We got it. Order. Then, next. Affecting businesses across various sectors. All right. Affecting businesses across various sectors. And then, businesses have already started adapting to the changes. Right. Affecting businesses. And what are the businesses doing? They have already started adapting. All right. So it should be B. CAB. And then support garnered. Because businesses have already started adapting, restructuring the operations and supply chain, the support, right? The support from these and so on and so on. So CABD. All right. So here before B, A should come. See CAABD. You get the point? So either ways, you can do it in this way or you can do it in this way. So you got CA here, AB here, so we can write CAB. And then D comes last. Our answer is CABD. Understood? If you follow the logic or the technique, you get the answer 100%. Next one. This is closed text. Let's see. Some words have been deleted. Read the passage carefully and select the most appropriate option to fill in each blank. Right. So, the strategy here is don't stop at the blank and don't go to the choices and fill the blank. That won't work. Right? You have to read the entire paragraph, know what the paragraph is about, and then stop at the blank, pick the answer. And what you can do here is, while reading the passage itself, sometimes you get the word in the flow. If you have reading habit, you get the word automatically. Fine. And you can write the word there and then come to the choices, check whether this word is there in the choice. And even if you don't find that word, you find the synonym of that word definitely in the choices. Clear? Now let's see. The moon is gradually moving from Earth. All right, gradually moving from Earth. What's the clue? From is the clue. Alert, alert. So you should learn from the practice work. What have you learned from this? Listen carefully. The prepositions after the blank are also the clues. Don't ignore them. All right. The point is, my dear students, not all the words are followed by from. Can I say await from? No. Can I say apart from? Yes. Agree or not? So keep this in mind. Okay. So the moon is gradually moving dash from Earth at a rate of about 38 centimeters per year. All right. So if you get some word, okay, otherwise leave it. This phenomenon, this rate happening, caused by tidal forces between Earth and the moon, dash occurring for billions of years. Again, this is the clue. All right. All right. For billions of years. What does it mean? It denotes a continuous action. Do you understand? Right. Okay. As the moon's gravitational dash. All right. So normally you say gravitational force or pull. Is that not? This is what I say. If you're confident, you can write force or pull should be here. Right? Okay. Yeah, just a second. Okay. Force or pull. Fine. Guess the answers. Right. Okay. Gravitational force or pull creates tides on Earth. It also causes a slight transfer of energy that pushes the moon into a higher orbit. All right. Okay. Over time, this dash drift. Drift is what? Moment. This is pushes. Slight transfer of energy that pushes the moon into a higher orbit. And one more, slight transfer of energy, not big. Okay. Right. To change the dynamics of the Earth-Moon system, potentially affecting the dash of Earth's days in the distant future. Right. Dash of what? We don't know. Earth's days in the future. Fine. You know, some idea about moon pulling away from Earth is going to create some confusion or create something. Agree? Some idea. Chalo. Now let's go to the choices. Moon is gradually moving in from, doesn't make sense. Moving to from, you don't say moving to from. See, what am I doing, dear students? I'm not just reading moving in, moving to. Yeah, if you stop there, moving in is correct, moving to is also correct. But what? Moving in from Earth doesn't make sense. Moving to from Earth doesn't make sense. Moving away from Earth, yes, perfect. Moving along, you don't say moving along something, right? Not moving along from Earth, it doesn't make sense. All right, like he's walking along the beach, remember that. So answer is 3. See, we're not just taking the answers, right? So this is how you have to do it. Do it very carefully. Next one. Second part. This phenomenon caused by this dash occurring for billions of years. What have we highlighted? For billions of years. All right. If for is there, right, what do you do? And one quick look, you have all the verb forms only. So this is the best clue. Why? You tell me what? Since, for, how long in a sentence indicate what? Has been or have been. Am I very clear? So answer is straight away has been or have been. and you are not given have been at all. There is no confusion. Straight away has been is the answer. What has been occurring? This one. The phenomenon has been occurring for billions of years. Simple and straight answer. This is related to grammar. Next one. Third one. As the moon's gravitational, we have already written the answer if you remember, pull or force. All right. So let's see pull. But I don't want you to pick the answer straight. What do? Pull. Right. Sometimes we may go wrong. Pull dot. All right. Say gravitational sweep. No. Drive. No. Thrust. No. Right. Thrust is what? Pushing. Okay. Not the thrust. Gravitational pull. The answer is 1. Is that clear? Fine. Thrust is push heavily, but that's not the point. Next one. Over time. Are you ready? Fine. Okay. Creates tides on Earth. It also causes a slight transfer of energy. Pushes the moon. Right. Here it is. Pushes the moon into a higher orbit. Over time, this dash drift will continue to change the dynamics of this one. Will continue to change. So it's not happening immediately, right? So let's see. Over time is what? Over a period of time. So over a period of time, fast drift does not happen. Over a period of time, it happens slowly. So fast is wrong. This fast drift, moderate is wrong. Stagnant is stable, wrong. Slow drift, right? Why slow drift? Over time is one clue and slight transfer is one clue. Will continue is another clue. Do you understand? Right? Or at least these two are straight answers. So this slow drift also means move slowly, move smoothly. Drift is move smoothly and slowly, right? That's also a clue. Will continue to change the dynamics, okay, of the Earth-Moon system, potentially affecting the dash of Earth's days, right? What Earth's days? Now look at the choices. Affecting the, we don't know what it is. Agree? So we can't guess anything. Go to the choices straight, but keep this phrase in mind. Affecting the width of days. No, you don't have width. All right. Length of days? Yes. All right. Length of days? 24 hours or 24 hours, 10 minutes. You know very well. Time changes like. Height of days? No. Depth of days? No. So answer is length of the days. Is that clear? All right. So this is how you have to read the questions and the choices carefully. And of course, don't forget you have to read the directions also very carefully before you decide on the answer. Right. Dear students, I hope you followed the explanation clearly. And please do practice. And after each test, do analyze your answers and identify your mistakes and try to rectify your mistakes. Am I clear?